Trap we all fall into is not packaging what we have in a way where our target audience is going to care about it. Not packaging what we have in a way where somebody can buy it, they can consume it, and not only that, but also go through an experience that's going to allow them to pay attention to it. There's a lot of people that's smart, but nobody cares about the products or the services they have because of how they deliver the experience. I'll give you an example. I mean, that's like being like a VCR menu, you know what I'm saying? Or that's like you ever bought any kind of IKEA furniture? I know we bought we sold for our son. So we got a 2-year-old son, me and my wife. So one of the things that, we got it from IKEA, had to put it together, and it came with like this big menu. You know what I'm saying? Like this menu of place this here, put this here, right? So I remember putting together the crib, and it was like, yo, I do not feel like I didn't even really read it for real. I was just kind of looking at the pictures. You ever had to build something and just like you just looked at the pictures? So that's really what I was doing. I was really kind of just looking at the pictures and seeing how I can put this together. And really it was because it was boring, it was confusing, it was a lot of information, and I was like, thank God they got pictures. Right. So you don't want to create, you don't want to be in a place where you don't have any digital products, or in a place where what you have is just so boring, there's no experience that people don't even care to buy from you. Maybe they'll listen to you, but they won't care to buy from you. You don't want to be in that place. So what we're really going to be focused on today, this FAQ Fridays, baby. Yeah. I'm excited. This is a certain version of recharging your business, where we go live every day, and we focusing on different aspects of life and business to be able to help you live your dream and be able to grow and build your business. So I'm excited about today because we're really going to be focused on what does it look like just packaging and creating your digital product completely from scratch, and taking it to the next level. From that, usually on here we take questions. Usually on here we coach. We'll bring people on, and that's what it's about. You know what I mean? That's what it's about, taking things to the next level. So this is how we're going to conduct this session today. So first, I'm going to go through specifically what does it look like creating your digital products? What does it actually look like when you want to put the whole thing from start to finish together, so you can actually take what you know, your education, your experience, and your expertise, and put it into a package that people actually care about. And then what we'll do is I'll provide you with some gifts. I'll provide you with some resources that actually help you go out and implement this. And then we'll take some questions today. So if you're excited, go ahead and give this some likes. Go ahead and put excited in the comments below. Let me know that you're here. Let me give you an opportunity to shout you out. And let's get this going. Like let's get this started. This is one of my favorite times where I can really help and show love to people who really want to create digital products but don't know how to do it, don't know how to put it together, don't know how to price it. So let's kind of look at what does it take from a 30,000 foot view, right? So one of the biggest things that is going to really make a big difference in just your level of success in what we do is going to come down to, number one, how clear do you understand the curriculum of what you're teaching people? So do you know, I coach and consult thousands of entrepreneurs, business owners. Majority of folks are, coaches, they're speakers, they do events, they have some type of expertise or experience that they're looking to help people with or monetize and create products and services from. One of the biggest challenges that I see is that they have it up here, but they don't know how to organize it. They don't know how to put it into a program that's going to be consumable to people who actually want it. Does that make sense? They don't know how to take what they know out of their mind and say, okay, well, how do I actually even teach this? How do I put this together? How do I package this? How do I create what we really care about is what we call the C word, curriculum. You want to learn how to start taking what you know out of your brain and putting it into a curriculum. And that's what's going to be considered your digital product, right? Your curriculum. Now, what could your curriculum consist of? Your curriculum consists of the process that it takes to actually achieve whatever the end goal, whatever the end result is. So that's super important. Right? If you're going to help somebody achieve a goal, it probably makes sense to say, okay, well, what's the process? What are the principles? We call it principles, right? What are the process and what's the principles that's going to allow people to get to that point? So you should have at least 10 to 12 steps, principles, processes, however you categorize it, you need to have that there so you know, okay, this is exactly what people need to have. Once you take that out and you know what people need to have, we need to look at making sure that this is something that the people resonate with. So research is critical. What does the research look like? The research looks like looking on Amazon reviews. The research look like watching you. When's the last time you purposely searched YouTube to intentionally look at the comments for research? Not because you wanted to see what's entertaining, not because you just kind of wanted to see what people said and get their perspective on it just because it's fun or it's cool. When's the last time you did it purposely for research and you copied and pasted the comments of what somebody said about a particular video that's in your niche and said, oh, this is good information to know, let me paste it? That's one of the biggest things that I really did early on. We've been doing it for so many years now that it's automatic. It's automatic at this point, but there was a point in time where it was not automatic. So when I said, okay, well, I want to help coaches, I want to help experts, let me see what their challenges are. Let me see what their problems are. Let me see what their pain points are. Let me see, what they need, what's going to keep them up at night, what's making them cry. Why are they feeling so frustrated? Why are they feeling hopeless? Why are they feeling like they don't know what to do with their life? So when I started doing the research, it started giving me a good indicator of what people care about and what people don't care about. What they want to learn and what they don't want to learn, what they feel like is fluff and what they feel like is practical, right? That's one of the ways early on that I knew how to start making my content and my training more practical. Because I'm like, oh, okay, doing this is fluff. Doing this is, they really don't care about. This is okay. But when I started doing it like this, and when I say this, and when I present it this way, and when I give an example like this, and when I give a case study from clients I work with, and when I give examples and real life stories out of my own life, oh, it clicks. But for a lot of us, it's because we're just all willy-nilly with it. We go live sometimes when we want. We put out things when we want. We create products and services that we think people want instead of actually knowing, okay, this is actually what they want. So do your research. Look at the comments. Look at the Amazon reviews. Look at what people are saying about books. Look at what people are saying in, like, if you're in any kind of Facebook groups, or if you're in any kind of in-person groups or online communities. Look at what people are saying in the communities. Look at what people are posting. Read not only just what they're posting, but look at the comments of those posts. It's gonna take work. I ain't gonna say it's simple, but I know it can't be necessarily easy all of the time because we got the kids, we got, we running back and forth, we got 2-3 jobs, we got this, we got that, we taking care of this person, we taking care of ourselves, we going to the hospital, so I understand that life gets in the way, but at the same time, if we say that we got a dream, we say that we want to make an impact on the world, but we're in a place where you're not finding the time, or you're not finding the motivation to really make an impact on your audience. How are you ever going to expect to leave a legacy in the world? You can't, because you're not even finding the time to create the products and services that people care about, right? Part of it is creating things people care about. If you're creating things that people don't care about the whole time, you're not going to make the impact that you think that you're going to make in the world. And you can only do that through research. So that's the second thing when you really want to come to creating products, is like, you got to do your research. Number 3, let's start looking at platforms. So you want to be looking at what are the best platforms out there. I use Kajabi. There's another Kajabi. So you can use kajabi.com. That's like an all-in-one platform solution. You got, you could use, I like Searchy.io. Somebody drop that below for me. Searchy.io. So Searchy.io is a platform. It's like a cloud-based platform, but it's also a course curriculum platform. So what's so dope about it is, I'm gonna tell you what I've done. So right now I have 15 digital products that I've released. One of the ways that I can quickly create digital products is when I do trainings, right? So like, for example, I might do this with this series, right? So this series, I've been talking a lot about digital products, creating it, building it. What does it really look like? Platforms, tools, strategies. Now I can take my entire trainings that I've been doing all week, which is between 5 to 10 hours, let's say. I could take the trainings I've been doing all week, I can package it, and I can sell it in terms of how to create digital products, right? So when I package it and I sell it, typically when you create a course, you have to sit down, you have to record it, you got to upload it, you got to, it just takes time to be able to do that. You got to upload your resources. But what if there was a way that once I was done training, I can automatically upload it to a cloud platform, which automatically puts it into a course. So literally I'm creating a course live. Does that make sense? Like you can create a course. You hear a lot of people who create courses live, but how many of them can have the course immediately after the live is done? Usually if you get on a list or you join somebody's masterclass, they'll say, give us a few weeks, give us 2 weeks, give us 5 weeks. You'll be able to have the training. You'll be able to have the masterclass. We're putting it together. We're doing this. We're doing that. What if there was a way you can instantly create a course? Well, I'm telling you, there is a way to instantly create a course. I can create a course in like 10 minutes if I wanted to, right? How? It's because there's certain platforms like Searchy where once you start training and once you go live, as soon as I'm done, it automatically gets exported it automatically saves in the cloud. I already have it set up to where in the cloud, because all of these trainings are part of a series, then it gets added to a playlist. This is this particular platform I'm telling you about, Searchy. It gets saved to a playlist. This playlist is automatically embedded in a course that I've already created and designed. So now every time I create a video, the new training module immediately gets imported into the course. So as soon as I'm done, literally it'll be completed. I don't need a virtual assistant. I don't need to do it myself. I don't need to hire my niece, my nephew. I don't have to have anybody do it because I've already set it up. And this is leading into the next point that I'm going to give you. Because it's already set up, I'm now in a place where I can create a course on demand. Let's go. If you loving this, go ahead and put love in this below. Go ahead and drop love in this below if you loving this. All right. And go ahead and give this some likes too. And by the way, you can go ahead, you can share this. Go ahead and share it because this is what's allowed me to create a lot of digital courses, but it also allows me, you just learn a lot in terms of how to leverage and how to repurpose a lot of the things that you're doing instantly, right? We're in a day and age right now that you got to start getting things done faster. We can't be taking days and weeks and months to build up and try to figure it out, and it's just taking too long to get things done. This is the day and age right now where speed is winning. If you're quick with releasing content, if you're quick with releasing products and services, if you're quick with giving the people value, if you're quick, you're going to win. If you take a long time and you think it takes weeks and you think it takes months and it has to take all this preparation and it has to take all this time, there's people right now that's running laps. And then when you release it, you better hope to God that it's perfect, because all of that time and weeks and months and years of waiting and preparation in the right time and everything, and because this is what I'm telling you, because this is what I hear from a lot of people, that they take time and they're waiting for the right moment and this, and I gotta wait and I gotta do this and I gotta make sure this is there first and I gotta get this certification first and I gotta learn this first and I gotta have this first, and then by the time it gets for them to actually release and launch it, they either never release it because they wasted so much time that they lost motivation, or they lost so much time that they waited for so long that they got confused and now they don't know what to do in the middle of the process. Or they've spent so much time, so much energy putting together this product, putting together this course, putting together this masterclass, that by the time it comes to release it, they don't even have the energy left to promote it. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Like, if you understand what I'm saying, put yes, this is true. Go ahead and put yes in the chat. Let me know that this is true. Because I promise you, and I know because I was one of them at a point in time where I had the perfectionist syndrome and I was afraid to put out my products and my courses and all of that. I had a whole course that was like, that I never really promoted. One of my first courses, actually, I think it was my first course. I never really promoted. When I came into this industry, I wasn't working with coaches or business owners yet. When I very first came into this industry, I was actually working with college students. And that's kind of how I broke into the industry. I came in, I was helping students. I'm like, yo, I can show you how to get decent grades. I never had like perfect grades, but I was like a B student, like a low B, probably like a B minus student, right? So, but I'm like, yo, shoot, I can show you how to get out of college. I can show you how to enjoy the process. I joined the fraternity. I had an opportunity, like we just had, I had fun on campus. Like we traveled to different campuses. We traveled to different places. We went to like all the like Atlanta Greek Fest. And, I did this road tripping with my bros. So I was like, I can show you how to have fun. And I can show you specifically how to get into your career field, because at the time I've been blessed enough that I graduated. I got my master's and my bachelor's degree. At that point, I'm like, yo, I was making great money, making six figures, doing cybersecurity. So I'm like, yo, I can even show you how to get into your career. I can show you how to put together a resume, get experience quickly. I can show you all of that. And that led to me putting in a lot of time and energy creating this course. And by the time I was done, I don't know how many modules, it might have been like 8 modules, and we had multiple videos per module. It was like a lot. And I put a lot of energy and a lot of time into it, thinking through it, writing things out on the whiteboard, right? And by the time I completed it, I never promoted it. Never promoted it. So never really got a chance to make money. Never really got a chance to have it, give it an impact. I gave it away more than I ever sold it. Barely ever sold it. Mostly just gave it away to students. Why? Because I didn't take the time to really get it out there the way that I needed to get it out there. I didn't really take the time to build up the anticipation, to build up the excitement for somebody to buy it. And that's what a lot of us do. We just take the time. We never build up anticipation for for the things we want people to buy. We never get people excited over it. We never tease it. You know what I mean? Like if you notice, I just saw artists do this a lot. Like when you look at recording or you look at music artists, they do this a lot, where they'll tease things and they'll promote things and they'll drip things to kind of get people excited over it. But if you never do that, how could you ever expect your product or your service to sell? Right? So you got to kind of even think about these things through the creation process of it. And a lot of that can happen through your platform. So anyway, I use Kajabi as one of my platforms. Searchy is great because I can create things instantly. So that's also what you want to do. Now, let's look at all right, should you actually organize it within a platform, right? So you have let's say if you want to create a masterclass, organizing it inside of the actual platform is huge. So that looks like, how do you want the modules to look? What order do you want the modules to have? What worksheets do you want to add as part of it? What other resources should you add as part of it? You could even from down to the design of it, right? You can have, like I know in Kajabi, they have if you ever had a course in Kajabi, you might know where that they have like side panels, or whatever community. They have like side panels. These side panels, I can add photos. I can do clickable links. I got programs where if I wanted you to book an appointment with me, you can actually click it. It'll take you directly to my account. And I'm telling you, this is like people inside of the curriculum, watching my courses, downloading the resources we have. But there's also an option where I can link them to external things. I can link them to my calendar. I can link them to upcoming events I have. I can link them to my book. I can link them to the events that I have coming up. I can link them to other things to keep them involved and keep them engaged in the process. Makes a big difference, but these are the things that you really want to think about when you're creating the experience for your ideal client. Right? If that makes sense, go ahead and put "makes sense" below. And I'm glad that y'all loving this. I'm glad that y'all taking some good y'all taking some good takeaways from this. You know what I mean? Dennis is in the building. Good to see you. I'm seeing facts. Absolutely true. We got to get out our own way. Yeah, this is real. This is real talk. You know what I mean? So get out of your way from the creation and from the marketing and the promotion side of it. I'm gonna give y'all a bonus of some marketing promotions in a second. You know what I mean? But I'm glad that you're loving this, because these are the things that is really going to allow you to go to that next level. All right. And then let's look at price. So when we're looking at price, you want to think about a couple things. The more niche that your program is or your product is, the higher price you can charge for it. Write that down. The more niched, meaning if I have a product, or let's say I have a masterclass, and I can have a masterclass that's $100, or I can have a masterclass that I'm charging $1,000 for. Somebody says, Terrell, what's the difference? How could you charge the same thing for the same information? Because it's not about, let me back up, because it's more about who's it for. So if I have, let's just say I have a time management program, and this time management course, if I make it available to the world, which most people want to do, most people are afraid. So they say, I don't want to exclude anybody. So what they do is they make it so generic, they make it so watered down that nobody, no niche actually feels that loyal to it. No niche actually cares about. No, they don't tell people about it. They don't go to sleep thinking about like, damn, I really need to join this. This is something I really want. The reason people love my programs, my products, and love coaching with me is because when I'm offering something, I'm offering it to you. You know this is for you, right? And I don't offer it to everybody in the world. Although if a lot of the things I teach is actually applicable. If you're in real estate, it's applicable. You know, I used to work with all types of business owners. You know, like my programs, right? I do one-on-one, you know, and we could work that out. But, you know, like my more of my programs, you know, it can work for people. I used to work with like restaurant owners. I used to work with, I was working with a lady who like sold soap. You know what I'm saying? Like she used to like create these handmade organic soaps. I've worked with people who, I work with authors. I work with, you name the niche. Daycare owners, right? I used to work with and help so many different, but the products that I have for sale or that I'm offering people, yes, if you're in any business, you can learn from it, but I don't market it that way. I market it to people who have an expertise or have experience, have education, and you want to package what you know, and you want to be able to offer that online to have a bigger benefit to people in the world. That's who my products and services are geared towards. But anybody can learn from it. But I can charge more when I'm niched. Does that make sense? I can charge more. So let's go back to the time management example. So if I got a time management course and I make it general, I can charge $100 for that, for example. However, if that same course, I offer it not to everybody in the world or not all entrepreneurs, but I offer it to surgeons. I offer it to brain surgeons. Ooh. Everybody drop ooh in the chat. Drop ooh in the chat. Now, what if I offered it to brain surgeons and now, because I've saved them an extra 5 hours a week, they can do an extra 3 surgeries. They can do an extra 2 surgeries. They can get an extra surgery in. What if my course that I charge, I could charge them 10 grand. Let's say I have one course I charge 1,000 for, another course I charge 10 grand for. But because it's for brain surgeons, it's a no-brainer to them because it's like, hold on, you're saving me 5 hours a week. I'm able to get an extra surgery in, which will give me an extra 30,000. So I've invested 10 grand, but you've actually helped me make 120,000. Think about that. How often would you do that deal? How often would you invest 10K to make 100K back? I can tell you what I would do. I would do it all day long. I will invest all day long. So that's really what this is about, is you really got to understand like your pricing, because people always get so confused on what should I charge? What should I charge? What my pricing is? Your pricing is the value that you can bring to the person, but you don't know the value you can ever bring to a person if you don't know who you're talking to. If you're talking to everybody, you got to charge low. Period. You got to, because you can't even press on a pain point strong enough for somebody to justify in their mind to pay more. But if I'm talking to somebody and I know for a fact, if you apply this information, I know for a fact that you'll get X amount of clients. I know for a fact you'll have X amount of time. I know for a fact you'll save X amount of money. I know for a fact that you'll get X amount of leads. And I know for a fact that these leads that I get you will monetize and you'll be able to get 10 times the return, 20 times the return, 100 times the return. If I know that because I know the market that I'm speaking to, then guess what? I can justify when we're talking or we're consulting or I'm showing you the return on investment. It makes sense to you because it's like, okay, I see it. He understands me. He understands the business that I'm in. He understands what we're trying to do here. So that makes a lot of sense for me I feel comfortable making that investment. You follow what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Give us some love. I promise you, like, this is something that really has allowed me to take my business, to $500,000. Being in this industry was really understanding who I'm talking to. All right. Y'all loving this? All right, let's go. Go ahead and put OMG. Put OMG below. Let me know if this is helpful. So this is what we're going to do. If right now you're in a place where you're like, I'm loving this. I want to be able to take this to the next level, but I'm just trying to figure out how. I don't really know what direction to go. I don't know what to do next, or I'm kind of confused on my next moves. I'm going to give you a couple resources. So number one, you probably been hearing me talk a lot about it lately. Number one, we have a boot camp coming up. It's going to be in New York City. It's going to be March 25th. Show up. March 25th. This is where we bring all of our coaches out. Or if you're a thought leader, you don't have to identify, label yourself as a coach. But if you're basically selling any kind of expertise, experience, or education that you have to a particular audience, then you want to show up to this. So like, for example, I'm looking at my family on Instagram, right? I see my bro Blue Da Vinci. Shout out to you, LB. What's good? It's my fraternity, bro. Everybody go follow Blue Da Vinci right now, right? Follow him. So he has a t-shirt brand out, right? So his brand, I'm sure, stands for something, right? So let's say he has a t-shirt brand, but the brand is not just a regular shirt, or it's not just a regular hoodies or the different kind of clothing products that he started, right? It's not just that. It stands for something. So if he said, you know what, because this stands for motivation, because this stands for being your best self, because this stands, whatever this stands for, and that's the message that you want to push, then it will make sense to come out to the event, because you don't just want to sell the product, you want to sell the idea. You want to sell the idea. Because if you sell the idea, then guess what? Any other product or service that you sell, people are going to buy into, because you're selling the idea. You're not selling the product. You feel what I'm saying? So like for me, when I'm helping entrepreneurs and business owners, I'm not just selling coaching. I might label myself as a coach every now and then, but to be honest, I'm helping you with business. So whatever that looks like, or however we do business, is how we do business. You feel what I'm saying? So if you're in a place right now where you're like, yes, I'm trying to figure out, how do I do the branding? How do I do the marketing? How do I put this message out there? How do I promote my product and or my service? You need to come out to this event. Saturday, March 25th. All right. So that's going to be in New York City. So go to PCSbootcamp.com, PCSbootcamp.com. It's not just going to be me. I actually just put up a post. Shout out to my guy, June Archer. He's going to be in a building, multi-platinum music executive. He got platinum hits with 50 Cent. He got platinum records with like Omarion, Chris Brown, Mario. He's killing the game right now. And he also has a docuseries that's coming out on Peacock this fall. So he got a lot of dope things coming out. But one of the things that I love about him the most is that he is the Michael Jordan of networking. Like his networking skills is ridiculous. He's done deals with like ESPN, just so I'm gonna give you behind the scenes. And I think he said this publicly before. So hopefully don't get mad at me if you ain't never said this publicly before, right? But so if you remember E.T. the hip hop preacher, Eric Thomas, like everybody pretty much, a lot of people know him, especially if you're in our industry, right? The world's #1 motivational speaker. So if you notice, it was some years ago where E.T. he was doing voiceovers for the NBA, right? How that connection happened, it was through him. It was through June Archer, right? He had the connections to ESPN, and he basically facilitated the deal that allowed E.T. to be able to do the voiceovers and walk them through the whole process, because he knew, obviously he knew E, but he also knew that, he also got the connects to ESPN. He was able to make deals happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the type of power he has. So as just kind of me knowing him and just asking him questions, I'm like, I'm like, bro, you have to come on our stage And you have to bless the people with what are you doing? How are you meeting these people? How are you making these deals happen? He also has a clothing brand too, and he got international exposure immediately. How? Because he knows 50 Cent. He sent 50 Cent products, like his clothing. 50 immediately wore some of the products on stage while he was on an international tour. So he got instant international exposure and instant credibility for because of the relationship that he had with 50. Right? So this is the person that we're going to be learning from. So he's going to be in the building on the 25th. And then shout out to Evan Carmichael, who's also going to be in the building on the 25th, who's the world's #1 YouTube strategist. He got over 3.5 million subscribers on YouTube. And he's flying out from Canada to show us how we're going to level up our YouTube channel this year. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that y'all are in the building for that. He's like, what's new? What's hot? What you need to pay attention to on YouTube this year, what's important, how to grow your subscriber base, grow your views, all of that. He's gonna share with you. So he's gonna be in the building on the 25th as well. So make sure that y'all sign up for that, especially because we don't have that many seats left. And the price will be doubling. So you want to make sure that you go ahead and you grab a ticket. So that's somebody put this in the comments for me. PCSbootcamp.com. So make sure that you grab your ticket right now. All right, so that's the first resource. Second resource is if you want one-on-one coaching for your business and you're like, yo, Coach T, like I'm loving this, but I'm trying to figure out this piece of it. I'm trying to figure out the marketing piece. I'm trying to figure out the pricing piece. I'm trying to figure out how to put together the product. If you need some help and you want some one-on-one help and some guidance and some resources, then go ahead and put below coach me, or you can shoot me a DM that says coach me. And what that's going to do is I'll put you on my calendar and then let's talk about what you need. You can ask me any questions you have. That's not a guarantee I'm going to put you into my program, but if I do feel like you're a good fit, I will allow you to apply for us to be able to work together. And then whatever your goals are, I got a lot of people most people goals usually I would say that I speak to are like between 10 to 30K per month. But I've been focusing a lot on other higher end brands too. Like I'm working with some high 6-figure, 7-figure, 8-figure brands right now. But a majority of folks are really just right now who usually follow me are probably trying to make anywhere between their first 10K to 30K per month with their business. So if that's you and you want some one-on-one coaching from me, just go ahead and put it below coach me or shoot me a DM that says coach me. And then what I'll do is I'll put you on the calendar and then I'll see how I can help. All right. Second resource. Third resource is if you're in a place right now where you already have your product, you already have your service, and then now you're like, I just need somebody to push it. I just need exposure to it. I just need the lead generation. If you need that, then go ahead and put Facebook ads below or shoot me a DM that says Facebook ads. And then what I'll do is I'll talk to you. We'll have a lead generation conversation and what it will look like for us to manage your Facebook ads. All right. So that's the resources I have for you today if you really want to take this to the next level. All right. So with that, I'll answer one or two quick questions. What are one or two quick questions that we have just about what we talked about today or about business? All right. We talked a lot about today digital products, creating digital products. We touched on, and I'm gonna do a whole nother series on this. These sessions are recharging your business, right? These are recharging your business. This is a recharging your business show. This show happens it streams across all platforms every day at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. So make sure that you continue to tune in because we're giving you real advice. We don't give fluff. If you know me, I'm not giving no fluff. I'm giving you straight practical advice and wisdom that you need. And if you need help implementing it, that's when you reach out to me and let me know what you need. All right. So questions. What questions do we have? One or two questions. I'll take the first one or two questions that we have. All right. I want mine's professionally designed. Dennis. I love it. I love it. Good. You can get somebody to design your platform. Good. I love it. I love it. Tub Talk. I love it. Good to see you. All right. So I'm going to leave y'all with this. If you have any questions, let me know. If you think of anything, I know some folks think about things after you get off these trainings or off these lives. So I'm going to leave you with something. But if you have any questions, just shoot me a message. So I'm going to leave you with this. In order to be great in what you do, especially if you're not known, create a great product or service. Create something that people will feel proud to promote. I was on a call with one of my mentors and he said, if you don't have the exposure yet, at least make the experience great or make it look good, because if somebody decides to pick you up, they don't want to put out content that don't look good. Meaning, let's say if I'm interviewing somebody, right? Well, if the audio sounds trash, if it sounds muffled, if the video looks grainy, it don't look good. If it's just the way that you put it together, it doesn't look like something that somebody would share, then yet people are not going to share it. You feel what I'm saying? So focus on creating a great experience, but I don't want you to take years to do it. So that's not an excuse to be a perfectionist, but I want you to put together a great product. And then also really focus on getting it out there. Focus on giving people samples of what you have. Giving people samples of what you do. And if there's certain aspects that's too hard for you to do, but you know is necessary, let's say like advertising, then hand it over to somebody who know what they're doing. Because at the end of the day, too many people are creating things that doesn't look good. That's not a great experience. A lot of people are getting tight or frustrated or asking for refunds, or they feeling like they're getting burned. Like it hurts my heart. Like we consult thousands of people every year, and I'm telling you, it always hurts my heart anytime somebody gets some type of coaching or mentorship from somebody, and they like, yo, that program was trash, or you know what, I ain't gonna put the person on blast, but I ain't really getting my money's worth. Or that hurts me. I'm like, damn, because I hate people who feel burned, because not everybody, but there's a certain percentage of people that give up. Because they didn't have a great experience, they be like, no, I ain't getting no more coaches, or I'm not joining any more programs, or I ain't investing in that. And I'm like, damn, you don't understand how powerful knowledge is. You don't understand how powerful getting help is. So you can save time, so you can save money, so you can save energy, so you can leave a legacy, so you can create generational wealth, so you can make your kids and your family proud. So you can leave something in this world that can change and transform lives, change and transform generations. You're going to throw all of that away and change your mind and do something different because you had a bad experience? You feel what I'm saying? So you don't want that to be you. Don't want that to be you. All right. So with that being said, I appreciate you all. I love you all. Continue to work. If you need help, just go ahead and do the things I told you. Go ahead and put it below or shoot me a DM that says coach me if you want one-on-one help. If you want to meet me in person, shake my hand, take pictures, I put my arm around you. We could bug out in person. We're going to be in New York City on the 25th. We invited so many dope friends out. So that'll be dope. And then also we're going to be doing if we just launched a Facebook advertising agency. So if you want ads ran for you, then reach out to me, and then we can set that up for you, and I'll walk you through the details of what that actually look like and see if you're a good fit for that. All right, with that being said, love you all, appreciate you all. Continue to be great. Don't ever let anybody stop you from living your dream. Don't let people stop you from just being amazing. You got this, but you got to stay focused. All right, remember, baby steps are better than no steps. All right, let's work. Talk to you soon.